everyone, I want to show you how to use this template for a choose your own workroom for your students. This is going to be super useful for those times when you have the students working on individual assignments or student classwork, and each of them have different needs. So you can differentiate a little bit and let the students choose which ones they want to go into. So you have the teacher room. This is where the teacher can reteach and the teacher's answering questions, and she's in there or he is in there and they're engaging with the students. The open group room is where students can talk to one another on their mic and they can have their cameras on if they want to. And the third room is the quiet group room where students can ask questions through chat. And then the quiet room is where students are working individually and they're just being quiet. So we have all of those different styles of learners, and this will let them pick. So what you need to do is have each of these rooms be linked to a Google Meet. So to do that, I recommend going to your calendar, your Google Calendar. And if you've never used Google Calendar before, that's okay. It's going to be super simple for what we need it to do. The links that we create in Google Calendar, they don't expire. And there's a way inside of here that Google has recently released that we can turn these links off and have the students request to join them individually, and the teacher has to approve it. So we can hold up that privacy concern, and students won't be able to get into these meet rooms at any point in time without the teacher being there. So I'm going to go to my calendar, and it doesn't matter what day I click on. I can even click on the past if I want to. And I am going to call this my teacher help room. I'm going to click Add Google Meet Video Conferencing. I'm going to click the little caret beside of the X, and I want to highlight this Meet link. I did that just by clicking and dragging, and I am going to right click and press copy. Make sure that you press save. That part's important. So I'm going to go back over to my template. I'm going to click on the door because the door is, it has a clear shape on it. And I am going to right click and go down to link. I'm going to right click and paste the link to my first Google Meet call there, and make sure that you click apply. Now, if a kid clicks on that door, it's going to send them to the teacher help Meet link. I'm going to go back to my calendar. I'm going to make a new event. It can be on the same day if I want it to be. So I'm just going to click. And I forgot to say last time, I'm just double clicking to make a new event there. I'm going to call this one my open group room. I'm going to click Add Google Meet Video Conferencing. Click my caret. Highlight that Meet link. Copy. Go over to my open group room. Right click. Go down to link one more time. Right click again. And paste. Don't forget to click apply. Also, don't forget to click save on your calendar. Okay, so whenever I click on that one now, I notice there's a link underneath it. That means it's been applied. I'm going to do the same thing for the red and blue doors. Okay, I have all 4 of them linked. Now keep in mind that you only have to do this once. You could reuse this template over and over and over. Okay, so this next part is really important. It's the part that's going to keep kids out of the meet rooms unless you are in there. So you want to go into each of your meet calls. I'm just going to click on the blue door first. And I'm going to go ahead and enter in before my kids get in there and before I even put these links inside of my Google Classroom or wherever. And I want to click on this blue shield. Those are called your host controls. You want to turn off the quick access button. The reason why, it means that everyone who isn't invited must ask to join, including people in your organization. So that means including people within Franklin County Schools. That's going to ensure that students cannot get in there. So just to double check, I'm going to copy this. Here's what it's going to look like from a student's point of view. I'll sign in as Audrey. Turn off my camera and mic. So even though I, the teacher, am in this room, notice that it says Audrey has to ask to join. I hear that little ding that says, oh, someone wants to join this meeting, and I have to admit her. So I have to click admit in order for her to come in. Now, if we leave, so let me just close out on Audrey's screen, and I, as the teacher, also leave this call. Let me just refresh Audrey's Meet link here. Notice that it says waiting for the host to join. The meeting will start as soon as host has joined. So if you have multiple students, I have my personal and Audrey's account, even though they both were able to get into the room, it says waiting for the host to join. The meeting will start as soon as the host is joined. As long as you, the teacher, are the host, the students cannot talk to one another, even though they both are in there. If I, the teacher, rejoin, then the meet starts. Close out of there. So the teacher has to be in there, it has to be active, and that was doing those host controls. So I'm going to go into my other meet calls and do the same. So I'm going to click the link. It's going to take me to my meet. I'm going to click join now. And remember, we want to do this before students get in there. That way these changes are applied. Click our blue shield, turn off quick access. Close. Go to our next one, do the same thing. Click our shield, turn off quick access. One more. Now, I know this seems like a whole lot of steps, but like I said before, you do not have to do this every time. Once you've created your template once, you can reuse these meet links. That's the beautiful thing of making it have the teacher be in there. So turning off those quick access. Now, I will say this is very bandwidth heavy for the teacher. So if you have a weak internet connection at home, it might be difficult for you to do this. But once we can have strong internet connections, then it'll work fine. So you would have all 4 of these open at one time. Following this video, I'm going to make a video to show you an extension to where you can mute certain tabs as you are listening and observing all 4 rooms at once. I do want to say that I have one more thing. If you have students that need accommodations and you want to differentiate for them, I do have a slide 3, and you can delete this one if you don't need it, but if you teach small kids, this little bubble here, when you press the play button, it will read to them what is in this box, so what each of these rooms do. If you need to use that, you do not have to recreate the links that we just created in slide 1. You could just go back to slide 1, copy the shape of your door, go back to your slide 3, and paste. It's going to paste it directly where you just copied it from, and since these are exact duplicates, it's going to paste it exactly where it came from on slide 1. So I'm back on slide 1. I've right-clicked, copy, and paste. I'm going to use Control V this time. I'm going to go back to slide 1 one more time. And I could even drag my mouse, click and drag, to highlight both of these shapes. Copy, either by right-clicking and pressing copy or pressing Control C. Going back to slide 3, and I'm going to press Control V to paste it. And it has pasted both of those. And since we've done all of the work on slide 1, it's automatically going to be there. If you have any questions, please let me know. And if you want to know how to be in all 4 rooms at once and mute tabs, there's going to be a separate video for that.